Where were you on January 6th? Reddit on Wiki starts right now.
Get therapy.
I'm not reading.
Get therapy.
Holy moly.
That's the intro. What the hell is up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome back to the first Reddit Readings episode of 2025. I'm your host today, the Punny Pinoy John, joined as usual by the two most handsomest men in the world. We got Josh and Insurrection.
Happy Insurrection Day, Reddit on Wiki's favorite holiday. You heard it here first. If you've been listening, if you're day one, you knew it. You knew this was our favorite holiday. You better believe it. If there's one thing about us,
big fans.
we love
We love
to
storming
overthrow
places.
our government.
Holy shit. I gotta say, John, you just catapulted yourself into the top intros of all time.
That might be the best one. That might be the best one.
That got me so off guard.
Oh, gosh. Well, boys, before we get started, anything you want to bring up?
I mean, I gotta say, I don't think they'll be doing it again this year. So we got that going for us.
Oh,
I'm not making any more death jokes in 2015 or 2025.
2015. Holy
Oh my
crap.
God, it's 2025.
I had good knees back then. Those were the days. All right.
Same.
First story of the day. All right. This one is cross-posted by Strawberry Bunny from r/relationship advice.
There you go.
Go.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a bit now, Sean, because you always ask about the same user.
For this
like,
one,
I think it's this
specific
username, yeah.
user.
I think y'all use them a lot, and it just doesn't come up.
That's fair.
Apologies, Strawberry Bunny.
There is a trigger warning before I kind of go with the title, starting off hot. So there's a trigger warning for emotional abuse, verbal abuse, financial abuse, codependent relationship, and controlling behavior, and unfortunately mentions
An insurrection.
of miscarriage.
I wish the
Damn.
insurrection.
That'd be
compared
crazy
to
if all
that.
of our stories this week were insurrection themed.
I should have done that. With
That
that
would've
intro,
been
I
wild.
should have.
Today I fucked up.
By being put in the FBI watch list.
Oh my God.
I, racist male. All right. The title of this story is My Sister and I Signed a 3-year lease. She got pregnant 3 months in. How do I tell her I need to move out?
A conversation, I believe. Assuming
Yeah.
you're both adults.
Just for context, OP's 36. Oh, sorry. The sister is 36. OP is 35.
Yeah, you're both adults. Just
Yeah, you
tell
guys
her,
can talk that out.
hey, I don't want to live with a child. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my lifestyle. Or whatever
Mhm.
happens to be a reason.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it. So I, 35 female, moved across the country, Canada, with my son, 14 male, and my dog to start new. I asked my sister, 36 female, to join me in the city. She lived in a small town 2 hours south from where we live now, and I accepted a job offer, as did my sister, and we signed a 3-year fixed rental agreement in a 3-bedroom house. My sister and I are very different people. We have a complicated but supportive relationship. We have a lot of love and respect for one another, and we also have some on/off codependency issues from our childhood. Things were going well for the first few months. We were transitioning into this dynamic, and it wasn't always easy. But we found systems and ways to make it work. Everything changed 3 months ago. My sister met a man and conceived on her first date. The baby is due in April, and it's a welcome surprise.
Oh, good birth date. Right, Sean?
Both of you.
Yeah.
For both of you. Yeah,
Go.
yeah.
Some say the
April,
goat birth month.
April 18th, right?
Nope. For a second there, I thought it was.
That's
16?
he told me April 18th once, and then he was like, "Oh wait, that's not the actual date."
Yeah, he guessed. He was like, your birthday's April 18th, right? And I was like, yes, dude, that was good. He guessed it. Then a full minute went on before I was like, wait,
No,
That's not my birthday.
that's not my birthday. I don't know why I thought that.
My sister is experiencing a difficult start to her pregnancy, insomnia, stress, and thyroid issues. We have not been getting along, and my son and I can do nothing right. It's the little things compounded. My sister is also quite entitled, openly expresses and reinforces this attribute with humor. In her pregnancy, it's been worse, and there's little to no consideration. For example, she's struggling with the sound in the house. She leaves her door open for her cat and refuses to wear earplugs. Instead, she demands for my son and I to vacate the living room and kitchen at 8 p.m. because she can hear us. I don't get home until 7 p.m. and need to make dinner. Another example is that I had been giving her upwards of $600 a month in groceries. I have a lot of allergies and she wouldn't accommodate these allergies, so I would often need to eat alone and buy additional groceries. It hurt me to learn that she had her groceries supplemented by the father of her unborn child, meaning that she had been asking for money for groceries that were already paid for. My salary is less than my sister's and I have a dependent. She decided that the child's father, male 36, would move into this house with his dog and his cat.
Yo,
And
All
sl-
right.
and
I
s-
mean,
this shit is
that-
getting cramped up.
yeah, that already breaks the agreement.
the
So,
lease, yes.
yeah, I think you're
Agreed.
fine.
And sleep in the foyer at the top of the stairs without consulting with myself or my son.
The foyer?
This-
He's sleeping there?
Not
I
in
don't
the
even.
bedroom.
What is that? I don't. What is that?
Well, it's just not a bedroom. I don't know exactly what
Is
it
it
looks
like on top of something?
I don't know.
like
It's a
a
French
Foyer?
word.
I
Balcony.
think it's just like the where you walk in area, right?
Foyer, entrance or opening. Yeah.
Yeah, when you walk in, that little area as soon as you walk into a house. That's
Yeah. That's crazy.
And that was just like casually there. It's like, oh shit.
That's weird.
That is weird. This area of the house is not closed in. It's positioned above the living room / kitchen, an area that my sister has already deemed inaccessible between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m. and also between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m.
What?
Yeah, they're just like I have no access. I feel like they're paying bills for what? Like to be restricted in the room is kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
So you literally get 7 to 8.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. And she gets home at 7. My son and I are starting to get forced into our bedrooms off the entry hallway. They split up 2 weeks ago, and he's still moving in. He's a bit of a dirty guy, and my sister is type A. To put things into perspective, she has cleaned out his house and his 2 storage units in the last 3 months. He's not much of a cook or cleaner. She said that I'm lucky because I get to benefit financially from this. I'll pay less in rent, and I don't even deserve it. Those were her actual words.
Bitch, what are you
What?
talking about?
What is happening?
I actually like the guy. I don't like the way my sister treats him, but he's a nice guy. It don't sound like he's a nice guy.
I mean,
Sounds
just
like he's kind of useless.
yeah.
I moved for a lot of reasons. My son was experiencing anxiety and self-esteem issues around his father, whom had drained our collective savings account for the kids' education because of addiction. I wasn't able to secure a suitable salary with my education to get ahead. And to be fully honest here, my sister and I had a hard upbringing. The only reason I stayed in our hometown was so that my son had access to his father, and well, a time came where his father's absence would be more beneficial than his presence. I moved so that we could start a new life and have peace. We are not experiencing peace. I confronted my sister about the use of communal spaces and that she would have to find solutions to limit the way sound affected her. I confronted my sister about shared bills and have asked her to post the bills on the fridge, and that we would no longer be splitting most groceries. I confronted my sister that I'm not entirely comfortable with someone moving in here. It's not within the rights of our lease, and we would need to communicate this with the landlord and ask to break the lease. My sister's response to everything has been emotional, reluctant, and avoidant. She simply cries, yells, and walks away. She claims that I'm abandoning her. I feel exhausted, exploited, and manipulated. It's affecting my work, my personal life, and my ability to enjoy life. My son is experiencing some anxiety too. He has sports and extracurricular most days after school, and I'm adamant to discuss adult things without my son there. However, he has witnessed some arguments and knows that we are not getting along. I want to leave the situation. I know I have to. And I feel like I'm abandoning her, not just because she tells me so, but because everything is crazy and I want to leave. I didn't sign up for this. I don't agree to live with my sister, her estranged ex-boyfriend of 3 months, and his 2 pets. I don't know where to start and how to do this. I know I need a couple months to save up for a first and last.
This is wild.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like there were red flags that you knew about before moving in with your sister, so that you probably should have just not done that. But besides the point, she's also like gotten pregnant, moved a man in, broken up with that man, and still had to move
I
in.
don't understand why he's still moving it.
Yeah. that's crazy to me. I guess I don't know. Moving near to be closer to the baby, I guess, would be something, but not in the house. is nuts. But yeah, just have an adult conversation with her. Say, hey, like this is affecting me. This is affecting my son. I don't think it's healthy for our relationship to continue this. We're going to end up hating each other, and I don't want to do that. So for the sake of that, I'm going to find my own place in the next few months. If you want to keep living here, we can transfer the lease over to you guys, and you can deal with that yourself. I'm not abandoning you. I'll still be in the city. Just if you need me, you can call me. But the way she's treating you right now is not fair to you or your son.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you like maybe it's just because like financially you're not in the best spot, but like even the compromises that you set forth, I wouldn't have even thought of. I would have been just like, all right, there's no compromise. This is fucking insane. Like I get 1 hour in the kitchen, and not even really 1 hour because I get home 7-ish.
Yeah,
you know, I could be home 10 minutes late, and now I got only 15 minutes in the kitchen.
50 minutes. Yep.
That's crazy. She should be getting noise-proof or soundproof headphones, or like soundproofing her room if that's like a real ass issue.
Yeah.
And she's not doing shit. She's, I don't get it.
She's taking it on the son and the sister, which is crazy.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine like, you know, sibling issues or whatever, but like treating your niece and nephew like a piece of shit too. Like endangering them by a strange man that you've known less than 3 months, letting them move in.
Yeah.
Sleeping in a hallway like a creeper.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yes.
Without asking you for like consent, if that's okay.
Just like, not even just the man too, but like 2 pets as well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are we doing? It's a cramped house. Also, you're okay with the dog living in the foyer, but I can't be in the goddamn kitchen after 8. I bet you the dog is making more noise than me. I don't know. There's no respect. I don't think she respects you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
completely agree
I would
with
be
that.
trying to get out immediately, not even try to compromise. Maybe there are assistant programs that you could, you know, look into to help, you know, supplement.
Potentially. Yeah, Canada's crazy right now for like housing prices, and rent. It's fucking crazy.
And one of your suggestions, Josh, and I feel like I heard Sean mention it too about
no,
and
just
it's
me.
one of the top. Hey, white man, I'm giving my brown brother a credit too.
Hey,
all right?
hey. It's January 6th. Let Josh have his day.
Yeah, it's my day.
That's fine. That's fine.
He's not even from here.
You got it, bro.
No.
Canada's quickly on the way there.
Yeah, what do they say? They keep calling us the 51st state or something like that.
Y'all aren't too far.
Yeah, we're gonna take over someday. It's all good.
Fuck.
Yeah, enjoy the non-universal healthcare, Josh.
Also, I do find it crazy that you guys are like, yeah, we're just gonna make that one state, that whole country. What the fuck?
It's bigger than our whole country.
Come on, a lot of
Yeah,
them
but
are
half
not
of
very
it is
educated.
ice. Half of it is ice.
Hey, you got lots of trees too. Okay.
The top comment here, and also OP responded under this comment, and then there's also an additional update for the story. So Quiet Lower Score Village 1425 commented, kind of what you guys mentioned, have the guy take over your lease and leave before the real madness starts.
Yes, sir.
To which OP commented, I think this is the best route. I had originally pitched this idea, and my sister had said he wouldn't move in. A month passed, and she decided he would move in. I originally said that I would stick it out until June, marking 1 year on our lease, but I just can't stick it out that long. My work and mental state are suffering too much. And I put a little bit of edit. In all fairness, I have been fickle, agreeing to this agreement and disagreeing with the arrangement of the father to be moving in. It's difficult to think about my son or myself when I can clearly see my sister is in so much distress. Despite all the comments here about her being awful, she's still my sister and I love her. I will continue to support her, but on my terms. Her feeling abandoned is valid to her because that's how she feels and she's afraid. It's not as easy as walking away, and I want our relationship to get better, not worse.
Yeah. Also, she say it's a 3-year lease?
It's a 3-year fixed lease.
That's insane.
That's a pretty good deal, isn't it? Fixed.
I don't.
I mean, to probably control like the price gouging, maybe. I don't know.
Right?
A little.
That way it can't raise after. Because when I used to live in apartments, they'd raise that bitch every year. It'd be like, whoa.
I guess that's
Ain't no
true.
loyalty. Ain't no loyalty for me.
Yeah, true. Well, no, they don't give a shit.
No, they don't give a shit.
You're
they want
a
new
number.
people.
All right, and on to the update. So, posting on Reddit was an absolute wake up call. My sister found a post. Her and her ex totally berated me in a government building conference room after hours.
Oh no, their own January 6th. So they live in Ottawa, it sounds like.
Is that the parliament or something like that? Is that what it's called?
I would assume that's where they're talking about.
It's a pretty building, I'm not gonna lie.
I was also trying to do the math because they said 2 hours south, and anywhere, in most big cities in Canada, 2 hours south is America. So Ottawa would be the only one that would maybe fit the bill.
Oh, I'm craving beaver tails now. Sounds
Yeah, I
so
was
good.
thinking beaver tail. As soon as you said
Hell yeah.
Ottawa, I was like beaver tail.
Her and her ex totally berated me in a government building conference room after hours. When I was adamant about moving out, things got substantially worse. My sister decided he would not move in and we would both move out. I notified the landlord to give him 60 days notice. I found a place for myself and my son. It's within my budget and absolutely perfect. With an exit in sight, things were starting to become more tolerable. Come mid-November, there was still the issue of shared assets, so I braced a difficult conversation with my sister via text, requesting to set a date and time to discuss things. Her actual reply was, "Suck my dick, I'm blocking you."
Okay. Well,
Well, sister,
yeah.
I remember being shocked. This was actually out of character. My son and I got in late that night to find that the internet password had been changed with a message on the chalkboard that as soon as I dropped the topic of shared assets and prepaid the upcoming electric bill, she would not reveal the Wi-Fi password. We live in an area without cell coverage, so I couldn't even message my sister to call her out. I'm not proud, but I went to the garage and unplugged the router and locked it in my truck. When she came to me, she was furious. I can hardly remember what she said now, and what I can say is that she was very cruel and near violent. In that verbal vomit, she said, "You have no idea what I've been through. I miscarried." At that point, I asked her to give me a few minutes to process. I left shortly after with my son and my dog, leaving the router on the porch. I'm embarrassed to say that I offered to stay the night and keep her company. I realize now that in order to support someone, we have to ask ourselves if this is safe, if we have the capacity to offer support, and if this person has the capacity to accept support. She halfway apologized a couple days later. After that, she grieved independently and almost silently. My son and I grieved independently from her, being careful to follow her direction and boundaries of not talking about it. Weeks felt like months. The house was cold. Any level of contact or coordination was the beginning of a fight. In therapy, I started to unpack the events over the last year. I learned a great deal about myself, mostly in regards to my self-integrity. I come to understand my role in perpetuating her controlling behaviors, my lack of self-esteem which snowballed under our shared roof, leaving me in a state of ambivalence and complacency. I recognize the ways in which my sister held little to no regard to my autonomy, often using emotional manipulation to force my submission. I know this is abuse. Know that when she got cold, I got colder. I am not innocent in all of this, and someone once described this as an immovable object meeting an unstoppable force. I think there are times where we played either role. I carry deep compassion and love for my sister and remain forever empathetic. I remain optimistic that she will come to understanding of her own that will reunite her with her humility. I am terribly sorry for her loss and often find myself worried about her well-being. I have hope that in time we can build a stronger, more sustainable dynamic. I am painting my bedroom at my new place. Even with my son on the other side of the country this holiday, I feel at peace here. I wish my sister has peace too. A day will come where we can overcome some of these hardships, but that day is not today.
Well, that was a sad turn of events.
Yeah.
This is also probably one of the most self-aware OPs we've ever had.
I was going to say, they seem to be very emotionally mature.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm also not innocent in these fights, and that's true in most
when we
situations.
say get therapy, this is why.
Yeah.
All that unpacking done there.
Definitely helps. But I'm glad you're working towards a better place and away from that toxic environment. Yeah, because I mean, that is a horrible thing that happened to your sister, but that is not the reason she was horrible for so many months.
Yeah, because even before the
miscarriage, she was
the pregnancy and the miscarriage, she
Yeah.
was already, the flags were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
it's good that you got it.
They both kind of like claimed that they had, it seemed like, I'm assuming they're sisters. They probably had like similar upbringing, and they OP kind of addressed that they had a hard time, growing up. But
Mhm.
OP was the only person who took the time to like kind of what you guys are mentioning, like unpack that during therapy, seek and kind of had that self realization that's just like, oh shit, yeah, I'm not entirely innocent in this issue, so let me fix myself. And I do feel for OP because I feel like she still has a lot of love for her sister, but I
Yeah.
feel like, I mean, we don't know the sister's side, but based on the things that we're getting, it's kind of like it seemed like a one sided love at this point.
Right now, anyway. Yeah.
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully she comes around and gets therapy herself, and that I mean, she should get
She should
therapy for
definitely, I
many
mean,
reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially what she recently went through
yes,
as well.
yes, that's what I mean. And then she can work on her,
Hmm.
rest of her life and relationships. But yeah, it sounds like therapy for her would be a good thing.
All right. Well, let's move on to a little happier.
Oh, big
Story now.
stretch.
That is a big stretch.
Her eyes are always like, I swear she has like PTSD or something. She always looks terrified. I feel bad for her.
Is that
Is
Ringo?
that Artie?
No, that's already, yeah.
That's Artie, yeah. When you said like she had like PTSD, I'm like, oh, that's Artie the barn cat.
No, Artie was a street cat.
Oh, street cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, Ringo was a barn cat, right?
Ringo was the barn
Oh, gotcha,
For-
gotcha.
4 weeks.
Poor baby. All right, so this one is actually a personal story from one of our Wikimaniacs. Their username is saidso1991. So hello, saidso1991. The title of their story is Reddit Readings Saved My Life.
Whoa.
Oh. This was posted or cross-posted?
This was posted.
Oh,
It's a listener story.
okay.
All right. So this is my first time making a post. I have dyslexia, so please forgive / fix errors.
That's fine. We can't read anyway.
Yeah, we can't read for shit.
I don't know how to read. That's a famous thing we say. This will require some trigger warnings, and they put abuse, self-harm, and trauma. And I wanted to share with you and my other favorite Reddit reading creators how your content has helped me in the last couple years, and in particular, the last year. Now, we'll try to keep this brief, and I'm happy to add more information if needed. In 2022, I started listening to Reddit readings, the robot voice that offered no feedback. I would have my opinion and then look at the comments and see how my opinion differed from the others, and started to see that others had much higher standards and boundaries when it came to day-to-day conflicts. I then started listening to Reddit Readings podcast that gave their opinions and really helped me grow a backbone and push back against manipulation in my daily life.
But one in particular really stood out and above the rest.
You guys say it gotta be us, right?
Yeah. That the Reddit robot voice is our enemy, actually.
Op, our number one OPP.
You're like,
Yeah.
this is just missing something.
Yeah.
And you found it with us.
This is actually just an advertisement for the show.
This is our ad.
I also finally treated my ADHD with meds, and that was a life changer.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God, I
John.
completely fucking agree. I left a really bad relationship in 2022, and
Let's
I
go.
think the new perspective I acquired on how I was able to no longer put up with the poor treatment I received. In 2023, I started dating someone, and after a few months, the relationship was not for me, and I chose to end the relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take the rejection well, and I was attacked, and they put beaten and hand slashed.
Jesus.
Oh my
fucking
goodness.
Christ.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and kept secluded for 2 days after. This incident left me with severe PTSD. I am safe, and the person has stayed away from me, and they put yes, police were contacted, and I have been in therapy and working on my healing. I have been crocheting, and it has allowed me to get most of the mobility back in my hands and manage my anxiety when in public. The other things this left me, which was the reality that I had very little capacity for others' expectations of me. Prior to the incidents of the last few years, I was what you would classify as a people pleaser and was the one constantly giving to others. I had the belief that I had to earn my place in someone's life and to be grateful they gave me any attention, but they did not have to give me the same. Essentially, to them, I was beneath them, and they were a good person for loving the quote-unquote poor orphan reject girl no one wanted. This self-talk, my friend, it needs to change. you're
Well,
you're
it-
enough.
It
You're
sounds
enough.
like it is changed.
Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like that's
their
what.
previous view
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
themselves.
When my PTSD hit, I did not ask anything of others and did not receive any support or help. I am a neurodivergent solo single mom to 2 neurodivergent high needs teens. My focus was purely on me and my kids and couldn't give to anyone else. On Christmas in 2023, I had a very bad PTSD episode after someone I considered family became extremely abusive. And they have dementia but will not get any help. And went to the hospital as I was having thoughts of leaving this world and wanted help. They gave me, they put Adian. I don't know what that is, unfortunately.
A
I'm
medication?
so sorry. It sounds like medication. They gave me Adian and sent me home, and they put not helpful. A year ago today, I received a message from family that I needed to cut the drama and go through with it this time, and listed what was wrong with me and why I was a burden to the world, and how dare I think I didn't need to earn my place, that I thought I could use excuses to not cater to them.
What the fuck?
This is what happens when like people are around like people pleasers and realize that they've like, as soon as the people pleasers like, I'm gonna do things for myself for once, all the fucking shitheads that have been benefiting off leeching off your fucking
Like
vice,
Yeah,
your kindness.
Well,
Uh,
it's not usually. It's usually out of self-preservation. I don't know. No, I don't want to diagnose people.
yeah,
but-
we don't know shit.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
They
all these
benefit off
selfish
it.
people come out whenever they fucking are no longer benefiting off of you, and that fucking sucks to hear.
Yeah.
Leeches is a perfect word.
But
my
also
guy.
to tell someone just to,
yeah,
The
what the
fucking
hell?
list is.
I wouldn't
wild.
do that to my worst enemy. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like you just don't have to interact with that person. I don't know why you wish
Yeah,
the worst thing on them.
Yep. They also sent this message to my teenage daughter. My
what
daughter
the
called.
fuck?
That's wild. My daughter called them out brutally and has a much stronger backbone than I do. My PTSD won in this moment, and I sent a message that I would do as they asked and ended up attempting to leave. I woke up 5 minutes to midnight welcoming the new year from a hospital bed. The aftermath of this was a realization that I was surrounded by toxic people who were only there to use me, and it was going to kill me. I continued my therapy and developed extremely strong boundaries. My PTSD is fine as long as I am in a supportive environment, and this forced me to make drastic changes. I felt extremely alone and the world felt way too quiet. Listening to and they put, and my other top creators, hopefully we're the top, okay? Reddit readings filled that silence and made me feel like I was not alone. You three, so this was specifically to us. So you three have been such a huge breath of fresh air, offering perspectives and respectful conflict when you disagree. My kids absolutely love listening to your stories, and it really helped my autistic son hear and read social situations. And I love hearing from other rooms, "Oh no, he didn't," or my daughter dying laughing at the expressive responses from the reader. The last year, I have made strong connections with amazing people and gone on some fun adventures. My life is a lot more calm without those people in my life. And for
Okay.
anyone struggling or for those who judge, let me leave you with this knowledge. It is not your fault that others decided to use, abuse, take advantage, or not care about you. That was their choice.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right, OP. You do not have to be a bigger person or put up with behaviors they would not. People who love you will show it and be there when you struggle. You have to heal, go to therapy, stay true to your morals and values, and ensure that you are treating others well, but that does not mean you're abandoning yourself for their approval. If they wouldn't allow you to treat them the way they treat you, then walk away. Thank you for being there for me even though you didn't know I existed. Haha. Please know you are making a difference, and I am so proud of you and watching your content grow and develop. I do have a couple funny stories to share that I will type as soon as my kids are dying to hear you read them. I love seeing the collabs and the different views from each creator, and this is my 1 year anniversary of life, the end of my old life, and I am unapologetically myself and living my life surrounded
Fuck
by
yeah.
a small but mighty tribe. Thank you again.
Hell yeah. That is
Man.
awesome that you've cut up. Like, it's like John says this all the time. If people aren't giving you the energy, cut them out of your life. You don't need that toxicity in your life. And you did just that. It sounds like 2024 was great. And 2025, just keep it going. Keep the good vibes going. make sure to take care of yourself, your mental health, as well as your children. So yeah, OP, you're doing well.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Happy anniversary. Again, thank you for listening. We always say this whenever we get like personalized stories like this, like wild that, we make any sort of impact on anybody's life. It's crazy to know that. So I just want to thank you for listening and for writing that really lovely story. Happy anniversary. I'm super proud that you were able to, snap out of that and not give into the PTSD in a very difficult time. Kudos to your daughter for being an absolute badass.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could see it in my face when John was reading, but I was very mad until that last couple sentences. I was, brother.
I was ready to fight for you.
Brother.
Line them all up.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon. Maybe we will wish violent money.
Sean's holding back on his resolution. He's like, I got it.
One episode in, I'm ready to fucking kill some motherfucker.
In a video game.
In a video game.
In a video game, of course.
Get the boat.
But yeah, people were fucking, that's obscene what they did to you. And then to send it to your daughter too, that's just the ultimate sign of disrespect,
like, what the fuck?
And disdain. So just like super glad that you're a whole year away from that situation. You got a new tribe, people that seem to genuinely care for you. And now you know what that feels like versus what kind of situation you were in before. So if somebody else ever comes into your life and you're like what John said, they're not giving the vibe, fucking get them the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? So yeah, kudos to you. Super happy that had a happy ending because I was ready to fucking play some video games with some motherfuckers. I was ready to put them in.
I'm ready to get that GTA wasted screen on someone.
Here we go again.
Shit. Here we go again. But yeah, OP.
And GTA 6 is still not out. That's crazy.
Not yet.
But when it does, we will stream it.
Absolutely. If we could play multiplayer, that'd be great.
That'd be cool.
But OP, as someone who is a former people pleaser / recently diagnosed neurodivergent buddy here, I completely understand where you are. Like, I've had to cut so many people off in my life in terms of like who I thought were my family, who were blood related, but took advantage of like the traits that were taught to me by my parents. Like be respectful, like be loving, give more than you take. Type of situation. And when we realized that, I feel strongly about it now that cutting people off life, because I was in a dark place back then, and I'm very open when it comes to like my mental health. And I'm still, to this day, I'm still in a journey of like, self-care, learning about myself, learning about the condition that I have. And hopefully you're in the same boat. I am extremely happy, and I can speak for the boys. We're extremely proud of you that you found the courage to step up and say like, hey, this shit ain't right. And kind of like what Sean was saying too, like we're glad that even though we're just shooting the shit majority of the times, that some of the stuff that we say have some substance, that it gave you enough courage to seek help and improve yourself and the life of your children as well. So we're extremely proud of you. We're super happy that you found your tribe, found your community. This is also a plug. I will say it out there. I feel like the Reddit on Wiki community is like hands down top 2 in the world, and they're not number 2. All right.
Okay.
Like,
I was wondering where that was going.
If you wanna like have more like-minded individuals who are like just there to like uplift you and all that, like our Discord is a perfect place to do that if you want to find more like-minded people. So congrats to your journey, and like what Sean and Josh were saying too, congrats on your anniversary. Keep living your best life, and love yourself, love your children, and fuck all the haters. They can all get kicked in a Grand Canyon somewhere.
Absolutely.
In a game.
Get the boat.
Maybe real life. We'll see.
I will say they didn't say our name specifically. It could be
There's a lot of 3 people Reddit.
Yeah, there are a lot of 3
podcasts,
people Reddit. Like
I don't
the
know,
judges.
but I gotta say it's us, though.
Wait, this was
so-
posted in our subreddit though?
This was posted on our subreddit.
Mm,
Okay, so then you gotta
Okay.
imagine.
I'm just saying.
okay.
We go to their history. It's in every
It's
3
fucking like
person.
everybody.
Copy paste.
You know what? I take it back. Just kidding. Nah, absolutely.
Nah,
not.
we still fuck with
Congrats,
it.
Yeah,
Hope.
yeah.
Even if it's another 3-person podcast.
I mean,
Hopefully you hear this and
If they read
be-
it as well, connect us. We want more guests.
absolutely, or if you really like us, be a patron. You know what I'm saying? Then we know that you really.
they
fuck
could be.
with us.
They could be.
Wow.
They could be. All right, moving on to the next story. This one's kind of short. This one is cross-posted by Pirai Spreaduzier. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Excellent.
The title is "Found My Boyfriend's Scorecard After 7 Years."
Scorecard.
If I had to guess, just based on many of the stories we did, this will be
It's
similar
terrible.
to the Pokedex that we did a while ago.
Oh God.
Where, I guess I should explain the Pokedex for anyone who hasn't heard that one. But basically, the guy or the frat had a
It was a guy who sent it to everyone in their.
yeah, it was a list of women on their college campus, and it was like gotta catch them all, I think, kind of thing. Basically, as a sleep with them.
And that
You
was
got
really a day 1 story, huh? That's a long.
You
I don't
got
even
it.
think it was. I think it was like
2 years in, 3
Really?
years in?
maybe, yeah.
Aren't we only
Something
4
like-
years in?
About to be,
That wasn't last year. There's no way that was last.
Might have been 2023.
Maybe.
but
maybe.
I don't know. I just
Feels
remember.
like a long time ago.
I remember it being a crazy story. That one's locked in my brain forever.
Oh yeah. All right. Story goes as this. I don't even know where to start. I can't believe this is actually happening to me. I, 25 female, been with my boyfriend, 38 male, for 7 years.
Say that again.
I, 25 female,
Jesus fucking Christ.
the first one of the year, Sean?
Jesus.
You gonna say it?
Illegal. Wait, that's
Oh.
18 years old and 30?
38, brother.
No, but-
25, 38. So she was 18 and he was 31.
31?
She might have been 17, right?
Possibly.
Is my math wrong on that? 8 years.
Well, 7 years.
oh,
7
fuck,
years.
Okay,
But
I thought you said 8.
but you know.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the grooming aspect
waited.
of it all.
Mhm.
Day up.
We've had our ups and downs, but it seemed mostly normal. But for the last few months, he's been very distant and behaving weirdly.
Bro, I just like, if your boyfriend can't go to prom with you, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you shouldn't be dating them, bro. Like, how am I going to look rolling up to with my 30-year-old boyfriend or girlfriend at prom? What?
Oh, fuck.
I felt something was off, so I searched his things, and I really wish I hadn't. I found this spreadsheet on his laptop where he's been keeping score of our relationship. Like, he literally has points for fights, his cheating, and even has notes on how he dislikes me. He treated our whole relationship like a game, and he only chased me because he was bored.
Yeah.
No, baby
He
girl, because
was
he
a
was
pedo.
a predator.
And watching you on the playground for a little bit.
Yeah. No cap.
Jesus. I don't know how to process this. I'm lost. And there were times I almost broke up with him, and he'd just start crying and beg me to stay.
Dude, when they met, he was not far away from being double her age. You know what I'm saying? Like, not
Yeah,
that far.
that's exactly it. Like,
Not that far
18
away.
and 31, not that crazy. Like,
he's drinking age when she's in like kindergarten.
10
Bro.
years minus. Yeah, she's fucking.
Canadian,
was 11
Canadian drinking
11.
age. Canadian drinking age.
Oh, 18. Oh, yeah. It's,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, brother. This is disgusting.
He wrote those down and scored them.
I
I
you know
caught
what? Like, if my
John, you're
kid
not
came
finishing
home,
this story.
if my newly graduated child came home and was like, meet my partner, it's a 31-year-old. I said, no.
This motherfucker's
You know what?
my
I'd
age.
never tell you who to date, but no, absolutely fucking not. I mean, come on. No, right? That's
Yeah.
irresponsible.
Oh.
This person is old.
You gotta say
They've
it now. Shut
contributed
your old
many
ass
years to
up.
their 401k. You can't do that, bro.
Motherfuckers are vested already.
He's halfway to
What
retirement.
are you talking about?
He wrote those down and scored them. I cut off friends for him and he has their names in there. The last thing he had was that he's bored again and wants me to quote unquote disappear.
Get the fuck out of there.
What the fuck?
After 7 years of creating a life with him, he's all I've got. I depend on him for everything. What am I even supposed to do now? My mind is all over the place. Who does something like this?
A guy,
A 31-year-old
dates-
who tries to date an 18-year-old. That's who does something like this.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this man got away with this, bro. What?
Oh fuck. Yeah. I mean, I would keep
Where
the
are your
note.
parents, man?
Well, it sounds like
Do better, y'all.
it sounds like he either cut her off from the rest of her life, or
Probably. It
she-
sounds like it.
or she was someone who was in a vulnerable spot and didn't have a lot of connections who he preyed upon.
It's an evil motherfucker.
Either fucking way, get out of there, or take the letter that he wrote, the scorecard, and I'd probably,
Send it to the cops.
I'd debatably, yeah, call the cops. Just to
I
be
would.
like,
Seems like a threat. I want you to disappear.
Yeah.
Seems like a threat.
I'm bored and I want her out of my life, one way or the other. Basically, it's like, okay,
He's bored because he wants to chase another 18-year-old.
yeah, she's too
Yeah.
old now. Yeah, he's Leo.
Ah,
He's Leo.
He's the
Leo.
anti-25 rule. He's like, oh, 25.
Whoa.
All right. Moving on to the next story. This one kind of long, has an update as well. So, and you guys kind of might get mad because this person is genuinely evil in my opinion.
The last guy was evil.
No, this one is pretty evil too. All right. So this one is by True Nihog, cross-posted by True Nihog, and it's from r/confession. The title is, I intentionally got my coworker, who has autism, fired.
What the fuck?
Intentionally.
Well, okay. You've spoiled it by saying this person is evil. I mean, just mentioning the autism part is evil as well. Like, if your coworker does something shitty, there could be reasons, but you've already tainted it. I know he's going to
Yep.
be doing something horrible here.
All right. Let's do this. So I work in the IT department for blank company, and I have had a coworker with autism named X. A bit of a background, X was a very good worker.
What the fuck?
He got all of his projects done on time and the quality was amazing. Sure, he wasn't the fastest coder, but he wasn't the slowest at coding either. However, he did not have very good social skills. He would always share the code with us and work with the rest of us on projects. But when we had meetings to discuss problems with our projects, X would never bring up any of his errors and he would only assist with ours. This made him look like some whiz and the managers love him. He also refused to go out on any outings with us.
Okay.
First of all,
you don't have to. Sean,
you don't fucking
Sean,
have to.
Sean hates going out with coworkers by the sounds of it.
Me?
Yeah, you.
He just doesn't like drinking with coworkers.
Oh, I like to keep things separate. I like drinking with them, but I'm not going to bring my friends there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You keep it separate. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I keep everything separate, but I'm also not getting drunk because these are people I work with.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
But-
so I think partying and doing cocaine like some of the things we've had, that's a no-go for me, y'all. I'm trying to get maybe 1 or 2 drinks and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Whenever we'd want to watch a game together, go to the bar, or even go out for lunch, X would always back out. And for some reason, I got very annoyed at this.
He doesn't
Bro.
fuck with y'all.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Y'all are,
The fuck?
it's okay to, I mean,
You don't have to be friends with your coworkers.
what does John call it?
Facts.
The mandatory fun?
Mandatory fun? I don't fuck with that shit. I kept thinking that he felt like he had better things to do than spend time with his coworkers.
Maybe he does.
absolutely has better
He
fucking things
does.
to do. Not everything has to be about work.
He's got Marvel rivals at home, okay?
That's what I'm fucking saying.
He only did work and he would not do anything social with us. And he rarely brought up his work problems. Eventually, I grew to really hate X. So I hatched a plan.
Bro, this is a you problem. It sounds like he's just minding his own business doing his job. Why do you hate this person? I don't understand.
I sit in a desk right behind X, so it was easy for me to swing around and access his computer.
What the fuck?
It's a pretty secluded area, so it was easy to be stealthy as well. When I started, I just did small things. And as soon as X went to the bathroom or to get something from the vending machine, I would go in and modify his code slightly so that it wouldn't run properly. I'd add a letter or delete a letter so it would be a pretty tedious fix.
That's so fucked up.
I don't think X suspected any foul play though. He never mentioned it to anyone. When he tried to run his final project, it would go haywire and he'd spend a lot of time going back to find his mistake. He was really persistent at solving his own problems himself. Eventually, I think management started to notice a decrease in his work and they pulled him aside for a quick meeting. When he returned, he did not look happy, but he did not say anything to any of us. He just sat down and got to work. I tried to ask about the impromptu meeting the managers just had with him, but he brushed it off. He'd go, "Oh, it was nothing, just more information about the project." A couple of weeks go by and I continue to slightly harm his code. Then I got a brilliant idea that would reveal he is capable of error to everyone. He had just gotten assigned to a special project and I couldn't resist myself. I waited for a time when he went away from his desk and I opened his email portal. I sent and altered an incomplete file to the next development team for the final assembly. I then deleted the sent mail from his box and went on with my day.
What the fuck, dude? In a video
Fucking
game,
sabotaging
in a video game,
someone.
in a video game. In a video
Yep.
game.
Honestly, I wasn't too familiar with the specifics of what he was working on, but apparently the stuff I altered did some major damage. When the other team tried to run their finished product, it kept crashing and showing numerous errors. This caused some major delays, and when they finally tracked it down to X's code, management was not happy at all. X was given a week and a half to write and perfect his portion, and I sent out the file on day 5. Management came over to our desk area, and X was very, very confused. They kept asking X why he sent it out so early and why he didn't check anything over. So I missed that in the beginning, but like he sabotaged it by sending it early as well.
Yeah. You mentioned
6
that.
days. He sent it on day
Yeah.
5.
I heard it all, but I just kept my mouth shut and listened in on their conversation. I assumed he'd just get a slap on the wrist. But apparently they decided that his work quality was continuing to fall below standards and that they needed to let him go. Blank company would not be allowing so many errors. And X didn't even get a chance to voice his opinions. Management was so unhappy and terminated him immediately. I could have turned around and told him everything, but I couldn't. I didn't have the courage. I feared that I might lose my job. I know I did a really terrible thing to X, but I couldn't afford to lose my job.
And he could? What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel terrible. And to add on to it, I later learned that X is autistic. I didn't even know. Apparently, he was just really antisocial. He probably didn't harbor any negative thoughts about the rest of us. It was just that the social interaction wasn't something he enjoyed. I'm sure he made mistakes, but he was just such a hard worker that he didn't show it at all. He would want to solve problems himself instead of immediately seeking for help like the rest of us. It's too late now, but I really appreciate X and I hate myself so much for causing this.
Fuck you.
I had an urge to get this off my chest, but even after typing all of this, I still feel so guilty. I keep thinking about all the harm I caused X. I might have ruined his life. I don't want that. I'm thinking of coming clean to management this week, and X deserves the job more than anyone else. It's been less than a week since he got fired. They can still take him back if he's willing to come back, right? Thanks for listening to my story, I guess.
There's nothing I can say that won't get us in trouble. So.
Yeah, this is.
Truly,
Cletus, or
Cletus deletus, yeah. This is like actually evil. Like you were correct in
I
saying
told you
that this is one of the worst people we've ever met. Like it's one
My
thing
blood
to,
was boiling reading that shit the first time, brother.
like what did he think was going to happen in his continued plan to destroy this guy's career? Like he's like, oh, he happened to get fired. That's exactly what you wanted to happen by the sounds of it. Like this is what the game plan was, and because you couldn't stand that someone didn't want to hang out with you or whatever the fuck it was. Who cares? Brother, not everyone has to like you. No one should like you. I don't know how anyone does hang out with you. you absolutely should come clean. Management should beg for him to come back with your
Mhm.
salary on top of his. And like, I wish nothing but the worst stuff for you to to happen to you. As just even the code, like edit it, like as someone who's debugged code before, it is the worst thing in the fucking world to do, because you're just scrolling line by line, going through everything, seeing what's wrong, and it is mind-numbing work. So that on top of getting this guy's fired from a job he is more qualified than you by the sounds of it, because he doesn't beg for help every time he needs it, wasting other people's time. It's so sad and so angering. I don't know. Like I said, I wish the worst for this person. I hope he ends up on an island somewhere. I'll say that.
Sentinel Island, where they could probably eat him.
No, I don't want him to harm those people either.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I think all that stuff at the end is also just bullshit. Because really, if all you wanted to do was show that like he could make mistakes, you did that the first couple of times. You already knew management was on his ass. You knew he was getting meetings. Then you'd be like, oh, what was the meeting about? You fucking piece of shit. So don't act like, oh man, I didn't want him to get fired. That's exactly what you wanted, bro.
Yes.
What are you talking about? There's no reason for any of this other than you wanted to get that guy fired. And I don't think you felt bad until you found out he was autistic. And then even then, I don't think you feel that bad.
No,
It's
I don't
been
think you
4
do.
days. You're fine, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
So-
autistic or not, it doesn't fucking matter. You should
No.
never do this to anybody. This guy's a piece of shit. But there is an update, guys. So, he got what he deserved, but I feel like they deserve
Jail.
more.
so
But
much
anyways,
more.
this is the update. Anyways, I went into work today and I had a long meeting with the management. I explained everything that happened and all of the bad things that I did. I told them everything. I also begged them to give X his job back, and I told them that X really does have a high standard of excellence. I explained how even though X may face a problem, he would work harder by himself to get it right. He's so much more determined and driven than anyone else at the office. Well, they listened to my story and gave X a call. I don't know how badly X was affected by this ordeal, but he was very glad to be invited back. Apparently, management didn't truly understand how great of a worker X was either. After I told them about how determined X is, and after getting testimonials from other coworkers, management decided to raise X's salary. When he came in, I had apologized immensely to him and I tried to express how bad I felt. I knew that no apology could repair the damage I did, but I just wanted him to know that I was sorry. He might really hate me inside, but he did not show it at all. He ended up forgiving me. What I did was terrible and I got what I deserved. I was terminated today. Thank
Good.
God. Effective immediately. I don't know what I will do now that I'm jobless, but
Get
at least I
fucked.
have somewhat cleared conscience knowing that X is back doing what he's so good at. Hate all you want, but I think I amended some of the damage. Fuck no, you didn't, fool. You have no fucking remorse in this scenario.
Yeah,
You're
dog.
the reason for all of the
Yeah.
damage.
Yes.
there was an alternate reality where nothing went wrong. He kept doing his work, got the raise himself anyway. You know what I mean? Like, without all of this hassle and losing, what is it, a week and a half worth of work, and also like the ire,
The stress that he had of the
Yes.
months.
the ire of management and stress, and
Yeah.
I don't think you made it up at all. I'm glad you're fired, and I'm glad he's back to where he should be.
Mhm.
I hope he is searching for a new job opportunity and he can leverage his new salary to get a better position somewhere else, because I mean, this company also sounds very toxic if this
Very.
person could work there and do these things, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish the best for X, and I hope he finds some comfort in having his job back, and like I said, can find somewhere else to work.
Agreed. Sean, any closing remarks?
No, this guy just fucking sucks, regardless of
Agreed.
just the fucking worst.
All right, last segment of the day is coming from the Amazing Underbakke, and
Woo.
we're going to start the year off hot with, does this guy fuck?
Oh,
Damn.
baby.
All right. Y'all know the drill, Wikimaniacs. This first one is from the OPs called Burnt Lemon from r/not how girls work.
Oh.
The caption for this is "That's science" from Dr. Fred. Shout out Fred. Looks like a Twitter fucking screenshot. AKA Face Hots put, "What do you consider to be a high body count for a woman?" To which Fred D commented, 3 partners unprotected gives a massive increase in female cancer rate, so nature's answer is 2. That's science. Does this guy fuck?
No.
I don't think that guy's a doctor. I hate to say it. I think he's faking it.
I think you should be arrested for falsifying documents.
Yeah, I don't know what. I just have a good feeling that he's a fucking lying piece of shit. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if he thinks a body count of 3 is too high, then no, he definitely doesn't fuck.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, body count of 3 for women specific.
No, more than 2.
Again, he's not a doctor.
No.
He's a fucking idiot.
And an incel.
And an incel.
Yeah, he has a little American flag and then he's verified in his thing.
Oh, then he's
who isn't
definitely an
nowadays?
incel.
I know,
He's
right?
He's paying. Just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Bootlicker. Last one is also from r/not how girls work. The OP deleted their post. The title is "Women, why can't you understand the rules to American football?"
There are literally women analysts paid to talk about the sport and that know much more than you.
Yeah. I personally, as a man, have no idea what the rules are. I watch and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Shout out Mina Kynes, man. One of my favorites.
The GOAT. I will say this. I think the women that you were around are probably just have better things to worry about.
Yeah.
Than
Different
American
hobbies.
football.
You know?
Like having a life.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be like Sean and I who fucking,
Who
spends
let the skill of a team determine if their Sunday is ruined or not. You know what I mean? It's not healthy.
I've been checking the Leafs game score this entire recording. I'm like, am I going to be happy for the rest of this?
We go our whole lives just wondering if maybe it'll be the time. And you know what?
will I ever feel real joy?
John and I know. We know our football teams. We know that joy's not coming. But we still,
Never.
every Sunday.
At least your baseball team won something, Sean.
2, baby.
See, look at that. I've never experienced any of that joy.
The Jays haven't won since before I was born.
Jesus. All right. So it goes as this. I've noticed that for a lot of women, no matter how much they're around football, they just don't get the rules of the game. They're
Just
most
don't
often
care.
confused about the down system and don't understand when teams get a first down. They also don't really get why teams punt. What's up with this? Does anyone else see this? And they put edit. Reddit is not the place to ask this question because there are few women here. And the women that are here have little or no experience with women.
What?
So
Huh?
Wait,
You have little or no experience.
I was going to say, the women on Reddit have little to no experience with women.
I don't know. I feel like they
quite
might
the
have
sentence.
quite a bit, with the fact that they're women. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they've had a lifetime of experience, actually. Crazy enough.
I will say this sounds like a fucking 12.
It does.
I
Honestly.
am almost certain this is a 12.
Or it's one of the guys who's like, Taylor Swift's on my screen too much.
I
Get
will
over
say I'm not mad that she's on the screen, but I do feel like the NFL really likes the Chiefs winning.
Oh, yeah.
At least this year. Some of the calls, I'll tell you
have
what.
been egregious.
Yo, look, I love Taylor and Travis as much as the next guy. Show them on the screen all you want. I think they're awesome. But call the game regularly, y'all. Don't do
Yeah.
this.
Well, haven't they already admitted to like rigging games and stuff like that?
I mean,
I
there's a
don't know.
ref that
Yeah.
went to jail for it, didn't he?
Yeah. I'm sure the rest of them don't do it at all. Right?
I mean, I'm sure there are calls. I mean, like any game, there are
Bad calls.
calls on both sides
Yeah.
that get
Oh,
missed.
but the Chiefs
But-
calls are
Especially this
really
year. I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen a worse team with that record. It just
saying.
is not, the math ain't math. Too many games
way
just on
too
like
many.
one weird call.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fair.
Again, don't come at me. I fuck with Travis and Taylor. You know,
No,
it's just the refs. What I mean, the NFL.
if I was
I'm
gonna say,
sick of it. They've won the fucking our division for the past 10 years. I'm tired of it. All right.
I mean, they'd be doing that without the refs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's true.
Mahomes and Kelsey are
Fucking generational, bro.
very good.
yeah.
But I mean, this year specifically, I'm like, I don't know, man.
That is it for this week's episode, Wikimaniacs. Before we close it off, boys, anything you want to bring up? Sean, I heard you have a bunch of Venmo you wanted to read out. Oh, you're saving that for your next episode.
I don't do that unless I'm hosting, guys.
All right.
AKA I don't prepare it.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
I also did
Josh?
not prepare anything, but
All right.
what's New Year's resolution you guys got going on?
I actually don't have one.
Okay.
Go on my honeymoon.
Nice. I like that one.
Yeah. No excuses. Gotta do it.
Mine's much smaller. It's to read 5 books this year.
Nice.
And I
you gonna
am
be-
almost done my first one.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Hey.
I
It's
actually
only the second day of January. That's
I cheated
impressive,
a
bro.
little bit. I started in December. But no, see,
But if you finish it in January, that counts towards the stat.
that's what I,
I mean,
said.
yeah.
That's the
Books I read in 2025. You're still reading them.
I
bitch.
slowed down at the end of the
Who
year.
says
I was
books
like,
I started in 2025?
no, I'm starting the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson.
Nice.
Very good book.
What is that? Like, what's like the genre of that thing?
Like high fantasy, I guess. kind of thing.
Okay.
With magic, like, but it's a weird type of magic, like a new kind of magic. He made it up, so it's very
cool.
interesting. Very good world builder. Very good plot. So
If dragons aren't fucking in it, I don't know how.
there is no
interested I am.
dragons, so maybe it's
Damn.
not quite what you're thinking.
I,
What is
I,
it?
I guess-
Fourth Wing? Is that the one? Where the dragons
Oh
fuck?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, Juliet loves that shit.
So Sienna.
Okay, I guess I can make one. I'm not really a resolution, but I guess a goal. Maybe I'll try to watch 5 movies this year.
Whoa.
That's difficult.
Oh, that is almost on par with me reading 5 books, actually.
That's difficult for me.
I mean, just as soon as you pop that med in, just turn a movie on.
Pop 2
Unless that bitch
Addies,
is like-
and then
Unless that shit is like in 2.5 speed, I will not be able to sit down the whole 2 hours.
Oh, I forget you fucking up the speed on shows.
Yeah,
that is
That's-
crazy to me.
I
so
do.
wild.
That's the only way I can watch stuff.
Do you listen to music like regular?
Well, I barely listen to music, so like,
When you do though,
like 1 point something
that's
speed.
insane. Okay,
Yeah.
1 point, just anything
Like
besides
1.2.
one.
You
It's
might
crazy.
actually be a psychopath.
Music
Like-
is wild.
like
I get
mus-
podcasts. I can understand it.
I can-
Movies, I think, is a little crazy.
Music
Music.
is like
Is wild.
Music's all
One-
timing.
0.2 and then podcast between 1.5 to 1.75 and then movies are at least 1.5.
John's got
That's
places to
fucking
be.
wild.
I got shit to do, guys. By
That
that,
is
I'll be at the
crazy.
gym.
Holy fuck. I want to hear in the comments if anyone else does that, because that is insane to me.
What can I say? My time is valuable. All right.
Holy. All right. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted to see if you guys had any resolutions or anything.
Comment below what y'all's.
Yeah.
Man, what are your resolutions? All right, but you know where to find us, Wikimaniacs. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Get therapy.